The naked bodies of 5 murdered women are discovered in just 10 days.
Totally unexpected. What are we dealing with here? What's happening in Suffolk?
Sparking the biggest manhunt the east of England has ever seen.
The Suffolk police went into overdrive. There was a serial killer on the loose in Ipswich.
For the police, it became a race against time to stop the killer striking again.
Who's going to be next? Is there any more girls missing? What's going to happen next? Am I going to be next, you know?
Yet their most powerful clues could only be seen through a microscope.
There were 2 strands of forensic evidence which are going to be pivotal to this case. Fibre evidence and DNA evidence.
This is the incredible story of how science helped crack the case of the Suffolk Strangler. Ipswich is a port town and no stranger to prostitution. But an escalating drug problem has seen an increase in the number of women working the streets. It's a situation that worries DCS Stuart Gull.
There were in the region of 100 or more sort of prostitutes working in the Ipswich area, highly vulnerable and at risk.
Monday, the 30th of October, 2006. Local girl Tanya Nicol fails to return home. But there's something her family doesn't know. Tanya's been leading a double life.
How much?
50 quid. Nothing weird.
20 more like. 30.
For the last few weeks, Tanya's been working as a prostitute to support her drug habit. It's a scenario familiar to many of the local working girls. The manner of Tanya's disappearance particularly concerns DCS Stuart Gull.
She had literally disappeared off the face of the earth. Her phone records showed us a very flat line from the 1st of November, no incoming or outgoing movement of data at all, and again that was a real cause for concern.
Just over 2 weeks later, another girl, 25-year-old Gemma Adams, has been reported missing. Like Tanya, Gemma is also working the red light district to pay for her drug addiction.
It was then that we really started worrying. Are they still alive in a room somewhere, you know, or have Tanya and Gemma done this to a dealer and both of them are gone? You just don't really know when you're involved with drugs what the true reason is.
As part of the investigation into Tanya and Gemma's disappearance, the police stopped motorists in the areas the girls usually worked.
Here's enough, please, sir. You know where 2 girls have gone missing? No. Has Tanya Nicol, Gemma Adams mean anything to you?
No. Those names don't mean anything to me.
All right, move on.
Despite stopping over 500 cars and questioning 2,000 people, no new information about the girls is found. Tanya Nicol has now been missing for just over a month. Gemma Adams for 16 days. Hopes of finding them alive are beginning to fade. On the morning of the 2nd of December, water bailiff Trevor Saunders is checking Belstead Brook for blockages after heavy rains have caused flooding.
Noticed what I thought at first was a dummy, a mannequin. So, got down into the water to get it out.
On closer examination, Trevor discovers the true nature of what he's found.
So I got down to pick it out and to clear the blockage, and when I got down to her, that's when I realised that no, it weren't a dummy, it was a real body. And immediately thought to myself that I found one of the missing girls.
Trevor Saunders' discovery is relayed to Stuart Gull.
Apart from that, nothing.
Girl, someone's called in, they found a body.
Where?
In a stream behind some fisheries near Hintlesham.
Let's keep a lid on this until we're sure of the facts. Can somebody let Tanya and Gemma's parents know that a body has been found? I don't want them hearing about it through the news.
What do you say?
Clearly, identification wasn't known at that stage, but you automatically fear for the worst, and you assume that it's perhaps either Tanya or Gemma.
Hearing where the body has been found, forensic officer David Stagg realises the magnitude of the task he's facing.
The expectation of recovering forensic evidence from both the body and the scene where the body was found was actually quite low, because depositing a naked body in running water, you're not going to have much forensic evidence left whatsoever. So we knew we were up against it right from the start.
The body is identified as Gemma Adams. News of Gemma's death soon spreads.
To hear that it was her, you know, just, well, you know, it's distraught me even now, you know, I don't like thinking about it, but, you know, it just rips your insides out.
The search for evidence intensifies. In freezing conditions, divers and forensic teams scour the area for almost a week. The search is about to be called off when a diver makes a shocking discovery. December 2006. Tanya Nicol and Gemma Adams have gone missing from the red light district of Ipswich. The naked body of Gemma has been recovered from a stream on the outskirts of the town. Then, during a forensic sweep of the area, a diver makes another devastating discovery. Forensic officer David Stagg recalls hearing the news.
I remember receiving the phone call alerting me that a second body had been found. And when I asked where and was told Belstead Brook, immediately the alarm bells were ringing.
Less than 2 miles downstream from where Gemma Adams has been recovered, there's little doubt the second body is that of Tanya Nicol.
Not in my wildest dreams did I anticipate that they would uncover the body of Tanya Nicol. We were now no longer dealing with two missing persons. This was a double murder inquiry.
Despite the similarities, the police know they can't assume the deaths are linked.
I want an SIO assigned to each of these murders. I don't want anybody jumping to conclusions. We still need to keep an open mind that it could be just coincidence.
Understood.
Any news about the cause of death?
Nothing concrete, sir. Bodies are in pretty bad shape.
Have forensics turned up anything?
Not yet. Seems the bodies were washed clean, but they're still looking.
A post-mortem is conducted, but with the two bodies having been immersed in water for so long, the results are inconclusive. Forensic scientist Ray Palmer knows retrieving any evidence will be near impossible.
Because they'd actually been present in flowing water for a number of weeks, any prospect of recovering fibres or other debris from the skin, or even DNA from the skin, in that period of time was virtually zero.
The murderer's choice of location indicates to criminologist David Wilson that the police are dealing with a methodical and calculating killer.
The fact that he had placed the bodies in water so as to destroy any forensic evidence suggested to me this was a very, what criminologists would describe as organized killer. By organized, I mean that he's very carefully thought through how he's crucially going to avoid